And we are recording. Okay. All right. Now I'm talking with Connie Hozvicka.
That's right.
All right.
Me.
Connie Hozvicka with Dirty Footprints Studio. Connie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Jonathan. And how are you?
I am flit as a flitter. Thank you very much.
Flit?
Flit as a flitter, like flitters flit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, must be an Oklahoma thing.
You know, it's not. Nobody around here knows what it means either.
Oh.
I heard an old guy say it one time, and I thought it was funny, and I've said it ever since. So you're out in Arizona, where it's always sunny.
Yeah.
Oh, my camera's flickering. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's
It's the
weird.
flitter.
Okay, now there's people that are going to be listening to this as an MP3, and they're not going to be able to see this visual. So if you don't mind, I'd like to describe behind you. You have multicolored butterflies. Now I watched you paint those on YouTube, and those are gorgeous. I really enjoyed watching you do that, and that's really kind of how I kind of fell in love with you, with your Kitchen of the Soul on the YouTube. How long have you been doing the YouTube thing?
Well, that's a good question. I think it's maybe a couple years now. And the very first video, if you go all the way back, and why it was called Kitchen of the Soul, is because Hansel and I made a vegan tamale recipe video. It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't know why we even made it, but that's how it started. And then I didn't really start making videos until last year, actually, with Wreck This Journal. Jamie Riddler was doing a book club.
Right.
And I just got my MacBook, and so I had a lot of time on my hands, so I started making these crazy Wreck This Journal videos, and with those paintings was the last one of the, and what I did is I actually took the Wreck This Journal, and I ripped it apart, and then I glued them, and then I painted the butterflies on each of them, and and then it's that around that time, a year ago this month, I started doing art journal love videos, and that's where I really started to get kind of like, I would use my art journal, but then also get kind of artsy with it, try to make it not just a tutorial, but more of like my expression, overall expression.
Right. Ways to inspire other people to be creative on their own right.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. I don't think I went into it with that intention quite. I just kind of wanted to make it an overall thing.
Can you see the rain coming into my studio right here?
It's coming in the studio?
Yeah, it's coming into my studio. Yeah,
I'm getting a little worried.
No, don't worry. This end of the studio stays dry, right? For some reason, we're having freak rainstorms here in Oklahoma. Okay, so the Art Journal Love Letters. You started with the Art Journal Love videos. And then you started an Art Journal Love Letters workshop. And I took that workshop, and it was amazing. It was great fun. We had a whole lot of fun in that journey. But tell us about it. Tell us about it in your own words.
Well, Art Journal Love Letters was just kind of like my everyday, if you remember. I kind of wrote a love letter expressing and sharing my, ideas and stuff about art journaling. But then I also techniques and all that, and it just was kind of an accumulation, I guess, of my whole art journal love passion. I guess.
Well, you took us through everything. I'm going to sell you a little bit here, if you don't mind.
Sure.
You took us.
Away all you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna pimp Connie's Dirty Footprint Studios. That's what I'm gonna do, because I'm the artistic biker pimping Dirty Footprint Studio. No, you that sounded so bad. Okay, you took us all the way from selecting the materials, foundations, and then we did a week's worth of different styles of foundations. Plus, you encouraged us to go out and find our own, and then we did a week's worth of. It wasn't layering, but we did pockets. We did pockets. I love pockets. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I do. I love putting the pockets in there.
You're a pocket guy, and you know what? Pockets, people either loved them or they hated them. So it went either way. Like, you can lose people on pockets.
Right, and see, for me, it's not about hiding stuff. It's about keeping stuff. If I want to hide stuff, there's other ways to do it. I've got other boxes, but I use my pockets to keep stuff in, like the one that I did. You're a Rock Star with the Rolling Stones.
Denim.
Yeah, the denim. That was actually a picture of my wife's butt. and I cut her back pocket out and put it on the page.
That's awesome.
but to keep concert tickets. That's a good idea for keeping concert tickets. So for me, pockets are about keeping things.
Yeah.
Then we went.
And then we went. Go on.
Then we went to embellishments and layering, right?
Yeah, we kind of I touched upon images, but using more of an intuitive fashion to go about finding your images,
right?
Rather than using images and collaging them, and then we end at the end with different forms and fashions of writing.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But I like to interweave and musings, I guess, on how I feel about art journal love and how it's affected my life, and then the fun part for me was at the end of each week. I made my own Art Journal Love video based on what we were all doing together, so I kind of did it with you. So that was the fun part too.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other fun part was the way you encouraged us to each take it all in our own direction. There was no set thing. This week we're going to do foundations, and you do the foundations and you stop. You didn't do that. You actually encouraged us. If the mood strikes you, flesh it out. Do what you got to do with it.
I think me and you share something in common, that we both encourage people to find their own voice. I don't want a bunch of Connies going around with my style, and I think my style is so open enough that people, you can't really copy it, So I prefer to have people find what works for them and flourish on their own than to copy what I'm doing.
Exactly.
And I think you're the same way.
Exactly.
That's what's important.
It wouldn't do any good for anybody to try to copy my style anyway, because my style is really kind of bad.
That's not true. It's very, very...
Bad enough.
What I like about it, no, we should talk about, I got to get you gave me your awesome journal. The thing, and it's when you see it online, it's not the same as when you really see it, and I'm really impressed. There's so many layers and so complex, It's so manly. It's not, a woman does new work like that, and that I think I appreciate it,
know? That's my workshop that I'm working on coming up on artjournaling.ning.com is art journaling for dudes. Art journaling for dudes and chicks who are into dude type stuff is what I'm titling it, because you see so many that are bunnies and bows, and you just don't see a whole lot of blood spatter. So and I've lost electricity. Hang on. Connection is very slow. Uh-oh.